If you want to see me try some Fenty products for the first time, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we're going to talk about Fenty today. I'm being very careful because the box is really blingy. This is the Killawatt Foil Highlighter Palette that I'm really excited about. I waited for so long to get it. Always on the fence about it, but I just decided to pull the trigger. And I also have, this was a deluxe mini sample of the Flamingo Acid is the color, and it is the Mattemoiselle Plush Matte Lipstick from Fenty. And you'll see from the logo on the front or top of the lipstick that I have not used it yet. So I'm looking forward to using it. And also this product, which I have my full face on, so I did not think of using it. And this is the Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. And it's 4 ml, so it's going to last me for a while. And so I'm going to be using this along with the Killawatt highlighters and see what I think of them. Now, I'm not going to swatch these in this video. I will put the swatches video right here for you. I am trying them sight unseen. I have never touched them. I have never looked at them. All I did was, when I got the box this morning, I opened up the palette just to make sure nothing was broken, but did not spend any time looking at the highlighters. I wanted to make sure that this was really my first go at looking at and using this palette. So here we go, opening it up. And it says it is 7 highlighters, 2.8 grams or 0.1 ounce each, which is a fair amount of product. Step 1, get the palette out of the box. This was tough. Okay, so here's what it comes like. And it's on clearance, at least in Sephora Canada. I don't know if it's the case in the US. And it comes in some pretty good protective packaging. And here it is. Again, a very blingy kind of an octagon, I guess. 3, 4, yep, octagon. And there is no protective plastic that I can see, except there's a plastic on the mirror, which I'm going to remove right now. There we go. Full-size mirror, which is pretty awesome. And here are the highlighters. Hang on. Hopefully you'll be able to see the colors right there. So what I did today is I have on my eyes a mix of the Smashbox Matte Exposure Palette and the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Palette, the couple of very matte colors. So this one, which is my Pan Matte palette, I'll be doing a video on this one very, very shortly. And the other one, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. So those are the 2 palettes that I have right now on my eyes. I wanted something pretty neutral so that I could really showcase this palette. And I intend to use it on my inner to center lid, on my brow bone, and also as a highlighter on my cheeks as well. Cheekbone anyway. So I'm a little nervous, but we should give this a shot. And I think I'm going to start off kind of slow. I'm going to go with the middle one as my brow bone highlight. And I'm going to take a flat, fluffy brush to do that. And I'm going to use a Sephora shadow, it just says shadow brush, but it's a pretty flat, fluffy brush. I'm going to go into that middle one. And that middle one is called Stone Cold, which convinces me that I chose the right one. So I'm just dipping my brush in to the highlighter, and let's give that a shot. Woo! Hello. Giving that a shot. Since I'm on my brow bone, I've had the request from someone to do a brow tutorial just to know how I do my brows. If you are curious about that, let me know. And I can show the 2 or 3 different ways that I do my brows with different products. Okay, so Stone Cold is definitely a cool kind of, not cool as in groovy, but cool as in, it's a very icy kind of a highlighter. I'm not mad at it, it's definitely very icy. And I think that I went a little bit too low, and I would be prone to put a little bit of a light colored matte to just bring it up a little bit, which I can definitely do later, but or do I have it here? Yeah, I have the brush that I was using earlier. So let me see if I can soften that up a little bit. I'm sounding indecisive today. Don't know why. Okay, so that softened it up. It's very blingy. I like where it is. It was just a little bit too low. So we have tried that one. And I'm debating whether to go with kind of an icy light lilac-y purple, which would be Scandalice, which is this one right here. Debating on this one, or Chills. Or do I do blue? Yeah, Chills, I think. So either kind of a lilac-y, pinky purple, or this kind of bluish color. And I think that because I used kind of a lilac-y, pinky purple recently, that I should really go for the Chills option right here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And Chills is with a Z at the end. That's kind of cool. I'm going to take my trusty multitasker brush and start it off on the inner lid and just kind of pull it to about halfway or 2/3 of the lid. I think that will work. And I used a not quite brown, but a little bit of a pulling to the burgundy purplish brown on the outer lid. So I think that they will go well together. So let's give it a shot. And here is my multitasker brush. It helps me get right in the corner of the eye, and I'm going into Chills, which is kind of that icy blue. I'm really curious because, as I said, I have not swatched any of these. The highlighters are a little bit on the chunky side. I don't mind. I don't have an issue with it, but I thought I would let you know. Getting right into the corner here. The impact of the colors does make me think of the Clionadh Cosmetics Aftershock shadows that are fantastic. They're so good. Okay, so that's how much I want to go, and then I'll go with my finger for the rest, and we'll just do the other side as well. It picks up quite nicely on the brush. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't want to pick up too much. I don't want a bunch of fallout, and I want the precision that this brush affords me. So I'm being just very cautious here. Okay, a little bit more. And the product picks up pretty easily compared to some other kind of chunkier glitter type products like the Stila Happy Hour that I mentioned in a video recently. It has one glittery shadow that already has hard pan, and that drives me a little bit crazy because, and it's very close to this color, and it drives me a little bit crazy because you don't want a pan that you've used once to have hard pan in it, right? Whew, this is very icy blue, but I am really liking it. And I like it so much, I think I'm going to go all the way to the end just with whatever's left. It looks that good. I went all the way. Wow, that's so cool. This is what the finger looks like. Yeah, really nice and icy. Okay, so we did one side. Let me just switch the palette over. We're going to use the other ring finger to get this side done. Once I've done one eye, I'm a lot less sheepish. I know what I'm dealing with. That is really, really pretty. I'm really impressed by it. I have a little bit of fallout. just down here, but very little. See here. Yeah, very, very little. And I didn't go crazy, so it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it could have been a lot more crumbly than it is, so I'm very thankful that it's not. And now we have still the cheeks, and I want to put on, what am I going to do? I don't want something too crazy showy, and so I think I'm going to use a very fluffy brush that is a highlighter brush and just dip back into this center one, which is Stone Cold. I think that that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use, like I said, a very fluffy brush, this is a fantastic highlighting brush, by the way, and it is from Sephora. It is the Pro Featherweight Blending, and I love it for highlighting. So, and this middle one makes me think of the Cocoa Bling by Artist Couture. Okay, so that's one side. Let's get the other one done. A little is all it takes for this one. Holy cow, it has some major power. It's very glittery. Now we've done the eyes, at least with the highlighters, the Killawatt highlighters, and I just want to do a couple of things. I want to go off camera. I'm going to put my mascara and liner on to finish the eye look, and I will take off this lipstick, which is Slow Burn by Marc Jacobs, and come back bare-lipped to show you the application of this little guy. Again, it is the Flamingo Acid lip matte lip from Fenty. So let me take care of the eyes and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now the eyes are done, but the lips are not. I just want to go over what I used for my eyes. On my upper waterline, I have the Zero pencil from Urban Decay. It's a 24/7 glide on. And on my lower lash line waterline, I have the Goddess 24/7 glide on, which was a holiday mini from, I think, last year. And I have them both right here. And right next to these two, so this is Zero, this is Goddess, and right there is the Ciate Fierce Flicks, which looks like this. I can't show you the rest of the pen because it is unfortunately completely rubbed off, but I do really, really love this liquid liner. And it's a felt tip if you're curious. And then I used the same two mascaras that I have been using for a while. This one is on my lower lashes, which is the Clinique High Impact. And then on my upper lashes, I have the Sumptuous Extreme by Estee Lauder. I don't have any, I'm not partial to either one necessarily of these mascaras because I think they're overpriced. But out of the two, I do prefer the Sumptuous Extreme because I like volume and length on my upper lashes, so that's what I used this for, and this one is definitely not high impact, so I used it on my lower lashes. Now, you saw a few more things on my hand, and what I did was I wanted to pair this one again, which is Flamingo Acid, to a liner, and I think that I did a decent job. I think they really match well, and so I matched it to this $1 lip liner that is huge. From Wet n Wild called Fab Fuchsia. So I'm going to put Fab Fuchsia on first and then go and apply this Fenty matte so I stay within the lines, so to speak. And let's give this a go. And in order to neutralize the color, I did go back with my powder foundation on my lips just to make sure that none of the slow burn was left on my lips for this. Okay, I think that's relatively even. It's just that that Flamingo acid is such a bright color. I had a feeling that it had the potential of being quite noticeable if it's a little bit outside the lines. So now I'm going to bring this up. Let's just take a look at how much is in, oh, there's quite a bit in this deluxe sample, so I get to try it for a while, and I do like the size of it. It's nice and manageable. So let's give it a shot, and hopefully, yeah, you can see. Oh, I like the feel of it. Yeah, that feels really good. And that looks, I think, relatively even. I like this. I like the color, and I like the feel. It's a matte lipstick, but it doesn't feel like it just took all the moisture and sucked it out of my lips. So I'm okay with it very, very much. This is pretty colorful with the highlighter, and I would probably go with a toned down lip, and that's probably what I'm going to do later today before I get clients coming over, because this is a little much. I like to have, you know, a popping eye or a popping lip, but I don't usually tend to do both. If I'm going to do a bright lip like that, I tend to have more mattes and toned down shimmers on the eyes. But I am not mad at either one of these. So I'm going to be sporting this lipstick in a couple of videos for sure, because I think it looks good, and why not? So now, what do I think? What is my view of my first impressions of the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighters? Well, I tried these three, and I have to say that, no, I didn't try these three. What did I do? I was thinking of trying this one, but no, I tried these two, which is still out of 7, not bad. I think they're good. I think they're very glittery for the cheeks. So if you have a lot of texture on your cheeks, you may not appreciate how glittery they are. If you are like me and you tend to really like highlighters on the eye as eyeshadow or as a way to enhance maybe the center lid, something like that, or the brow bone, I do think that you would get a lot of use out of these. And I really think that these are going to be pretty interesting to use. So I am looking forward to playing with those and adding them to my eye looks. And I think that when I get to swatch them all, which, like I said, is in a separate video, I will have a better idea of exactly how I can see myself using them, because very often what is in the pan color-wise is not necessarily how it translates to the eye. Although I would say that this one, Chills, is very, very close to what it looks like on the eye. It's a little bit more white in the pan, but you can definitely see when you tilt it, you can definitely see the icy blue nature of the highlighter. So I'm really happy, as it turns out, that I picked this up, even though I've only tried 2 of the 7 highlighters. Let me know what you think of this palette. Do you have it? Were you looking at it? I would be very curious to know what your thoughts are. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I will let you know once I've tried everything what I think of the whole thing, but for now, these are my first impressions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.